Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. Now this video, we actually have quite a bit of drama going on as of all throughout tonight in these past few hours, talking about some of the most popular gaming content creators out there. So if you guys may have seen or may have not have seen, there's a kind of a big back and forth drama going on between Nadeshot, who is, the owner and basically the maker of 100 Thieves, who's involved in a lot of different types of esports, Call of Duty as well, where he got his, basically his name from back in the day, versus some other prior employees such as, well, mainly Froste, who call him out in big contract issues, payment issues, just a lot of big drama that's going back and forth. So right now, this has been trending up on Twitter. I think the Froste guy's been live with like 30,000 viewers. Nadeshot went on stream, and it's been back and forth. And I'm going to give you guys all the details on it because, number one, I just find this stuff absolutely entertaining to go and see. And number two, it's just kind of weird to see all this back and forth drama kind of unfold all in real time, whether it's on Twitch or whether it's on other different types of systems. So I don't know how I'm randomly just becoming a random drama channel because we've been doing so much PlayStation and gaming news. But you want to know what? It's sometimes fun to talk about right before I don't just late at night. So let's go talk about it. If you guys like this type of stuff, give your thoughts, comments, or subscribe, and we'll keep our flow going. So in case you guys just don't know these people overall, there's a few folks. Number one is Nadeshot. So basically, Nadeshot is like a former Call of Duty professional pro. He's had his name in the gaming scene forever. Just a lot of people kind of see him as a good guy. Good vibes, good person. A lot of people enjoy him. They enjoy the 100 Thieves, the teams, the apparel, whatever it may go and be. But, of course, when it comes to being like an employer and working for people, sometimes contract disputes and other things kind of pop on up. And that's what pretty much happened as of today. So there has been now 2 different streams on top of this too, and let's go dive into that. So number one, first and foremost, we have an ex-100 Thieves member and also member of the mob, Froste. So basically this guy over here is actually literally live and currently just kind of talking about this drama, but he had a really big call out over here basically being like, bro, Nadeshot's a huge liar, basically what's going on this in the first place too as well. He's even dropping on top of this too, where like the initial tweets are like, bro, I miss the Mob House, which was like a collective of a bunch of other streamers and content creators too as well, and they're just dropping bombs. They're dropping like, imagine we had enough money where we didn't have to stress over where our next meal is coming from. Could have done some big things. A lot of folks are like, he's like, I gotta be drunk tweeting more too as well. I gotta go and pass out. And then he's like, bro, I'm not sure what was going on here in the first place too as well. Like, and just everything has been all going on top of this. Where like, we have like just the back and forth where it's like crazy how someone no poll can get you the most viewers you've had since COD Ghost. And laying down just all these kind of really big insults of like, bro, like this is all cap, you're all lying, what's going on over here, you're only paying me $60K a year for living in LA, like what's going on, we never had the internet going on in our house, and all this type of stuff going on in general. So the kind of big, like this, what's going on is that they were basically all offered around, I think it was $2,500 a month, which also was updated to $3,000 a month at some point, for kind of like a salary / contract to go out to LA, live in like an LA content creation house, with one of these big gaming teams out there, make YouTube videos, make contracts, do tweets, do like Twitch streams, whatever it may be, and kind of just represent the brand, get more numbers, get more sponsorships, and kind of, go from there. So Nadeshot himself gave him the money, and they're like, yo, bros, we'll support the mob, we'll go with it, we'll rock it on out, and then you guys can see what happens. Now, I've actually been around this type of stuff for a while, and I kind of remember Nadeshot always being a very nice guy when it came with the content, when it came to always tweeting at them, responding to their tweets, which obviously gave them more Twitter attention, signing them in the first place, and all those other various things too as well, that as a content creator does go and help out your career, let alone actually itself just actually like getting paid to go and do it, but also the interaction, having like the fan base involved, being a part of a big team, like a 100 Thieves team, that also does bring a lot more attention towards your brand, your stream, your YouTube. It's kind of the same thing with a lot of FaZe people. Whenever people join FaZe Clan, they kind of get a similar contract. They get paid like a few $1,000 a month. They promote up the sponsors. They get like the G Fuels or whatever might show up on their streams. And they essentially have a chance to also then grow by streaming on Twitch or going on YouTube or going on Twitter and essentially just growing their brand. But this kind of led to even more big issues because, as they mentioned, they're like, bro, we didn't have enough money to go and actually even eat. We couldn't even go and stream and work because we just didn't have good internet. Like all this stuff all floating around. And this also kind of led to like what he was even talking about on his stream too, just to kind of give both sides. Like I'm not really taking a side on this one either way. All my interactions I've ever had with Nadeshot, super good. I thought the guy was awesome. So at least in my opinion on it. But they were basically saying like, hey, like they brought like, so basically the Frosty guys like, hey, we brought sponsorships that were going to go and pay money, and then they still took a huge cut of it, and also pushing that they took like an 85% cut from all the sponsorships too. So they're kind of like, they're like, why do we even want to really work with them if we're making more money doing sponsors by ourselves and having our own agency by ourselves? And yeah, you guys are giving us a salary, but if we could have made $150,000 from sponsorships versus getting paid $60,000 in total, then we'd rather go and do the bigger offer from our own side. But then on the reverse side too, that's just kind of like this Frosty's guide side. On the reverse side, Nadeshot kind of went kind of hardcore and had a lot of really popular clips that floated around. Number one was bringing up the fact that these guys barely ever really made content. And this guy, you can even go and see over here from Solely Known for Frosty, which in theory still had more viewers than I do up on my Twitch stream, so you guys can kind of see like there's some pretty good bits and pieces of like, you know, streams. You guys can look through some of the viewership, but if you guys kind of look like, say, past like the past like 90 days, some of these really weren't the biggest streams out there. Like here's like a 60 to 70 viewer stream, Valorant stream, which I mean, even for me, that probably gets more views than I get up on Twitch. But at the same time, I'm also not getting paid a random extra like $60,000 to just go and be a part of a brand. You know what I mean? And this is over a 90-day period. And there's like another stream over here from June 1st, and this is June 10th. So granted, this is not when they were underneath the contract, obviously, but if you guys kind of go look through the things, like there's a lot of like little like sporadic breaks, and like there's like a few weeks where they don't stream, and a few weeks where they don't stream, and a few like months where they don't stream, and kind of the same boat over there. And that was kind of a lot of the things that Nadeshot himself came out and said, as they were kind of like, a lot of folks were quoting him from like the Twitter shirts and stuff, where it's like, hey bro, like, you gotta stream. you gotta go and like, you know, you gotta tweet, gotta make YouTube videos. If we're giving you money to go move out here, like make your own brand, go like be a part of our brand, but make your own individual brand and go for it. And Nadeshot actually had a lot of things to go and say when it came to all this stuff.
And I don't want things to be, you know, my words to be taken out of context, but the mob, you know, if you look back, and even now, if you look at their channels, they were only averaging, you know, 100, 200, a couple hundred viewers. Maybe there's some exceptions into the rule there. Maybe there's a couple thousand, you know, for big moments. I don't know. But the fact of the matter, without trying to sound as if I'm holding this against them, they weren't very big. They might have had like a very rabid, you know, Twitter fan base that really loved everything that they did. But in all actuality, when it's time to make money, in the places that you can make money, on Twitch and YouTube and sponsorships, there wasn't a lot of opportunity for them. So we felt like that we were doing them a good service by bringing them into 100 Thieves. And
in all honesty, with that one too, I think that's kind of a nice take where they're like, hey, like you're not really doing too much content. And it is kind of true. Like on Twitter, you can have a lot of Twitter followers, or even on Instagram, but you don't necessarily always make money off of it just because you have the followership in the first place. Things like I'd say YouTube, because you put ads in the videos, like even on my own videos, or Twitch as well, that's kind of where you make a little bit more money. And while it is kind of like a rough thing to go and say if you only have a few average 100 views, you also have to go and realize that it's also kind of hard to justify $60,000 for 4 different people on top of living expenses. So as I'm kind of been going through this drama and kind of seeing this, like I can kind of see both sides a little bit, although I definitely kind of skew a little bit more towards the Nadeshot side where he's like, hey, I'm taking a risk and I'm helping out some buddies, and if they want to move out to LA and try to do some cool content, they have the full-on blessing and permission to go do so. While on the opposite side, some other people inside like this, the mob, weren't really too happy with it. A lot of folks were also saying like, hey, they never streamed. They also had a gaming compound of the 100 Thieves gaming compound they could have streamed at, and as well the fact that there were so many big breaks that they did in terms of content, like they kind of got paid a lot of money to kind of do nothing. So it's kind of crazy because then all the other folks out here too as well have been kind of reaching out, like we see folks like, say, Classified, who's kind of a part of the same old little gaming group over here too, where he's like, hey, I just woke up. I don't do drama. I'm not going to say anything about that at all. All I will say is that even though I was picked as part of the group, like the mob group that's causing all this drama, he worked very hard to go and stay in 100 Thieves after Mako, who was another person part of the group, left. They wanted an individual performance, and they put non-stop hours on stream. Pumped out YouTube videos and done solo projects like talent shows with some of the biggest creators on Twitch, all those couple months to prove my spot and why I deserve to be there. While being there and available for any content video, they wanted to go and shoot. I didn't care if I was small, my heart was fully invested in content, and that's what I wanted to do, be a part of something bigger and fun, what felt like family. I even kept up vlogs to show them every week, so no one had any doubt I wanted to do this, because I generally truly did. So that was just the end. Like, he really wanted to try his best to go and do what he possibly can do as well. And even also had a really nice message too on top of this when it came to Nadeshot, where he's like, hey man, no matter what one happened over here in the first place, don't go and stop taking chances on smaller content creators because of this incident that's going on with this back and forth drama that's currently trending up on Twitter and trending up on Twitch too as well, which I think is overall really, really classy too. Like, I think this is, I mean, his name is literally Class E, but that's kind of cool. Same with Avalanche too as well, who's a part of this kind of group. I was like, hey man, like, this is, I'm just sad. Like, he doesn't like drama. So it's been kind of all over the place too when it comes to this. I kind of lean towards Nadeshot because it does seem like he was taking a shot with one of his friends, trying his best to help him out the best they can. They didn't put in the effort or just couldn't put in the effort, whether it's from internet issues or other sides, and that's what kind of happened at the end of the day. So, I don't know, you guys can give me your thoughts if you guys care about this type of like Call of Duty type scene, FPS type scene or whatever, but I thought this was kind of a crazy story to go and cover, mainly because like, some of the stuff was kind of nuts and kind of crazy. And as well, I just always feel like Nadeshot's been a good dude with good morals and good vibes, and I've interacted with him before, and he seems like a cool dude, so I kind of give him a few little extra vouchers for that one, but he does seem like someone who does always try his best to do good by all that means. At the end of the day, though, I just kind of wish all the drama itself would not have any issues and would not pop on up, because drama's never fun to go and deal with at the end of the day. It is fun to talk about on YouTube videos when you're not involved in it, obviously, like me, just kind of on the sideline, but it's never fun to be a part of. So hopefully they can kind of squirt out and squish out the beef, and I do like seeing all the professionalism from everyone out there on the sidelines, just being like, bro, it sucks, but it is what it is. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. Do you guys, maybe more information will come on out, but do you guys think someone's wrong? Do you think someone's right? Do you guys think it's weird? At the end of the day, think Nadeshot did a good thing by helping out his friends, but that's just my take on it. So give me your thoughts and comments down below.